Hi guys, it's Jay from Ayaba's Wynd. I'm back again to do the remainder of September 2019 reading for you, the Virgo Collective. I hope all is well. Just keep in mind that this is a general reading, so some of this information may resonate with you, all of it may resonate with you, or none of it may resonate with you. Just take what you need and leave the rest behind, okay? I am not your typical tarot reader. I am a priestess initiated in the Afro-Cuban tradition. So my interpretation of the cards is going to be from an Afro-Cuban spiritualist perspective. So I'm going to be reading from the Orisha tarot cards, and then I'm going to go to Odu to pull advice for you. And basically, Odu is our living doctrine in my tradition that helps us to fulfill our destinies in the most positive, successful way possible. So I'm going to start with a quick prayer. I'm going to pull some tarot cards. We'll get started and we'll go from there. So just give me a couple of seconds. Light, peace, and progress to the Virgo collective whose birthdays fall between August 23rd and September 22nd. Light, peace, and progress to the Virgo collective whose birthdays fall between August 23rd and September 22nd. Light, peace, and progress to the Virgo collective whose birthdays fall between August 23rd and September 22nd. I come before you here today as a vessel to channel your information, your knowledge, and your wisdom for your Virgo children. I pray that the information flows abundantly, clearly, and accurately. And I pray that it helps your Virgo children to fulfill their dreams and accomplish their goals. I thank you for giving the information, and I acknowledge your presence here today for information flowing abundantly and consistently for the month of September 2019 into October 2019. We thank you, we praise you, and honor you. Modukwe. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to show you the cards. We did get some reversals. And then we'll get started. So the first card that came up is Two of Air, which is the Two of Swords in traditional tarot. The next card that came is the Three of Water, the Three of Cups. That came reverse. The next card that came is the Five of Water, which is the Five of Cups, reverse. The next card that came is Babalorisha. The next card that came was the Guardian Angel, which looks like the Maiden to me. So you guys are very present. Your Guardian Angels are very present in this reading. You also got the Six of Earth, which is the Six of Pentacles. You got the Village, which is, that came reversed. That's the equivalent of the Tower in traditional tarot. And then you got the Ace of Fire, which is basically the Ace of Wands in traditional tarot. So in looking at the cards, what stood out to me, even though it was not really the first card that came up, is the Three of Cups that came reverse. So in typical traditional tarot, Three of Cups talks about celebration, right? Talks about a reunion or celebration, things to celebrate about. However, this card came reverse. So it could be that there was something that happened um, recently, maybe that tower moment, because the tower came reverse. And so, you know, there were things that were not so pleasant, not so happy, right? And so it's just acknowledging the fact that things may not be copacetic. They may not be on the up and up right now, but they soon will be. Okay. Also, this Three of Cups talks about, in some cases, that there was a third party. Okay. That there was a third party situation. And it's saying, because it came reversed, that that third party situation is now finished. Whatever the person was dealing with, whatever you were dealing with as far as that person on the side, they're saying that that is over or soon ending. Another thing with this Three of Cups coming reverse, it could be that there was a pregnancy that maybe someone miscarried. There was possible miscarriage or a possible abortion. Okay. So that is a possibility. That won't pertain to everyone, just a small set of people. Okay. So that is a possibility here. Um, you got the Two of Air, which is basically the Two of Swords. Okay. And the Two of Swords talks about, you know, making a decision, there being like a stalemate. Okay. But here it shows two swans. They're looking at each other. There's clearly a heart. They're in the water. So maybe there's two lovers that you have to decide upon, or maybe the person you're dealing with is deciding upon you and someone else. Okay, but there's clearly a decision that has to be made. And that the two of you are very similar in qualities, or the two people that you're trying to decide on are very similar in qualities. Okay, they both have their pros and cons about them, but they're on level playing ground, and so, you know, it's not going to be an easy decision to make. What came in your reading was the Baba Larisha. And so basically, the Baba Larisha is, in my tradition, it is someone who is very spiritual and that can manifest, that can create. This is somewhat familiar and equivalent to um, the magician and traditional tarot. Okay, so you can create um, situations and you can destroy situations. Okay, I don't know here. It could be implying that someone may have done something to manipulate the situation. And what I'm talking about manipulation, it could have been some dark magic that was used, brujeria, witchcraft, something that was thrown, someone that was possibly worked. But it's showing the power of manifestation. So also this could mean that you are in manifesting mode, you are in prayer and you're in meditation, um, trying to manifest things in your life, okay? Um, or it could be that someone else is trying to manifest something in their life, or they're manifesting things in a relationship. Um, but we'll look further into the cards. We got the Five of Water reversed. The Five of Water is basically the Five of Cups. So basically the Five of Cups is that card in traditional tarot is crying over spilled milk. Here it shows the person, you know, they're in way too deep and they're trying to save themselves. They're basically drowning. Okay, and so, but this card came reversed. So it's saying, Spirit is saying that, you know, there were some challenging times for you, but those challenging times are soon ending, which is great news because, you know, you're going into October. You want to definitely have a fresh start. And so Spirit is saying that, you know, these difficult and challenging times are being put behind you now. Okay, but you still definitely have to, be mindful of the decisions you make, and who you associate with, and you got to really keep your head clear. You got to be level-headed, and so that means just watching out for drugs and alcohol, anything that's going to mess up your ability to think clearly. Okay, because right now it's kind of like you're walking a tightrope. Things are not great and they're not terrible. It's almost like you're coming up out of a situation. Okay, and so in order to come up out of that situation successfully and completely, you got to be really clear. Your guardian angel has made their presence known. Okay, this also looks like the maiden, but this in traditional tarot is the equivalence of temperance. Okay, but also in this card, your guardian angel is talking about, you know, you trying to regain balance, and that, you know, the cup that was empty, now your guardian angel is filling. Okay, and so just to be patient, that your guardian angel is here making their presence known, letting you know that everything is going to be okay. Okay, that's really what the card is saying to me. Your guardian angel is here showing up in your reading, letting you know that everything is going to be okay, that brighter days are ahead. And that don't worry because your guardian angel is going to um, fulfill you, sustain you, fill the voids that you feel, replace the sadness with happiness, and really take care of and nurture you. Okay. The other card that came out is the Six of Earth, the Six of Coins, and so the Six of Coins talks about your finances. Sometimes it talks about an imbalance in finances. Here, it's basically you just being mindful of how you spend your money, where your money is coming from, who you give your money to, but that your finances are improving. Okay, so if you were going through a period of hardship financially, Spirit is saying that your finances will improve, and your guardian angel is going to make sure that those finances, that financial situation improves. Through prayer and meditation, you will definitely see an upturn an uptick in your financial situation. The card that came reversed is the village. So this, like I said, in traditional tower, the village is the equivalent. I'm sorry, and in traditional tarot, this is the equivalent of the tower card. So you see the village here. Everyone is basically they're dying or they're dead. They're sick. People are running. It's chaotic. There's fires, etc., etc. But this came reversed. So thankful to your spirit guides and protections that, your spirit is saying, like, you did have your tower moment. There were some rough times. And just when you were about to give up, spirit kicked in, your guardian angels kicked in to pull you up out of this situation. So that's probably why this card came reverse. Okay, so you're getting pulled up out of this situation by your spirit guides and protections, your guardian angels. Okay, because you were going through a seemingly rough time. The rough time could have been physical in nature, or it could have been emotional. There could have been emotional in nature. um, you don't really have any particular um, suit coming in play. I mean, you had some cups, you have some water here, and I'm seeing water in some of your pictures. So water predominates, but it's not really. It doesn't really overtake your reading. So, emotionally, you did have some challenges, but your spirit guides and protections are going to pull you up out if they haven't already. Okay. If this hasn't happened, it is going to happen. It's quickly going to happen for you. Okay. And going into October, you should start to see things lighten up and alleviate for you. All right. There's really, the time span on these readings, it can last several days to a couple of weeks to a couple of months. And like I said in previous readings, your situation will resolve itself depending on how spiritually evolved you are. Okay, so if you're in prayer, if you're in meditation, if you're doing yoga, Reiki, all of these things that help to cultivate the spirit, you should, vibrate on a much higher level, and things should resolve themselves much faster than if you're not doing anything, if you're not in touch with spirit. So taking spiritual baths, just being spiritually in tune, cultivating yourself, your mind, your body, and spirit will help to resolve these issues much faster. And then finally, you have the Ace of Fire. So this is basically the Ace of Wands. Okay. So it's saying here that you have lots of passion ahead of you. Lots of passion. New things are on the horizon. Exciting things are on the horizon. Here it's showing the lion, which could represent a Leo. I typically don't do, what signs are prevalent in the reading. But I just can't help but to say, like, this, it could be a Leo that is coming into your life, or that has been in your life, that is really has a strong presence. Okay. But it shows this lion, and he has just conquered his prey, and it looks like there's a zebra on the ground. So basically, the other message that could be um, delivered through this card is that you have overcome your enemies. You have overcome your enemies, and that you are going to be triumphant. And it shows the sun in the background. It shows bright light. And so, those dark days that you were in are now over or soon ending. And it's showing that you will have victory over your enemies. You will have victory over sadness and depression. You will have victory over your finances. And you will be able to begin to move forward. Okay. And so this is a really prominent energy, and it could be that a Leo helps you through this situation. All right. So just keep in mind of those energies. And then if you stay aligned with spirit, you'll be able to conquer the world, okay? Here it's showing you that your guardian angel is listening to you. So it's really important that you are praying. Also, try and wear a bit more white, white on top of your head, white on, shirts, pants, sleep in white. I think that will help give you the clarity you need and help you to get through the emotional challenges that you had been through. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some Odu cards for you, which is basically the advice portion of this, and we'll see what Spirit has to say as far as helping you to resolve these issues, and then we'll go from there. So just give me a couple of seconds. Okay, 3 came. Okay. All right, so you may want to grab something to write with, or you can replay this video over and over again to just listen to the advice that Spirit is giving to you. Okay, so the first message that Spirit has for you is that God divides the difference. So financially, if you feel like you are struggling, if you feel like at work, you're entitled to bonuses, entitled to a raise, entitled to an advancement in positioning at your job, and you feel like people are being stingy, selfish, they're not giving, they're not being generous, they're not taking you into consideration for certain positions or certain opportunities. Basically, Spirit, God is saying that He will take care of it. So not to worry, not to fret about that, okay? But on the flip side of that is that if you have money, um, Spirit is saying, be generous with your money. Don't be generous to the point where you're giving all your money away. Now, that's not what Spirit is saying. Spirit is saying that, be thoughtful and be kind and be generous, okay? But not to the fault of where you're going broke, all right? Spirit is saying, be careful of traps and watch going to jail. Um, do not tease people because that can generate karma that comes back to you and affects you in a negative way. And it could be potentially that these situations, this tower moment that you had, this 5 of Cups, the 3 of Cups in reverse, like all of the challenges that you had were as a result of you teasing someone, of you slandering someone, of you gossiping about someone. Okay, and so this is what this card is talking about. The energies that are speaking in this particular Odu, this particular story, this particular message, they're saying don't kill mice, okay? So mice are basically the messengers of the spirit that is talking to you, okay? So just be mindful of trying not to kill mice. If the mice get stuck on the trap, okay, that's one thing, but do not kill them deliberately during this time period, okay? The spirit is saying, yet again, watch for being greedy. All right. The greed will cause you to have your riches taken away. And so these tower moments that you had, these challenges or struggles that you've had up until recent may have been a result of you being greedy, of people asking you for help who really needed help and you didn't give it to them. Um, those types of things. So Spirit is warning you. They're giving you fair warning. Like, look, you come into some money, help some people out, and good will come to you. Okay. Um, Basically, Spirit is saying, if you have, then give, so that you can continue to reap the blessings and the benefits that Spirit has to offer you. Okay. Unless you have the 6 of Pentacles. So, wealth is coming, wealth is here. But if you have money, just be a little more generous, okay? If you can, buy someone a meal, help someone possibly with their tuition or a bill, something like that, get them some food, things of that nature, give to the homeless, that kind of thing. Spirit is watching, okay? But they definitely want you to be mindful of that. The next message that Spirit has for you is that they're saying, stretch your feet to the end of the sheet, but don't let them fall off. So basically what they're saying is, you can, you know, be a little extra. You have the tendency to go overboard, okay? And maybe your tendency to go overboard on things has put you in this situation where you're fighting for your life, not just physically, not necessarily that, but maybe in relationships, friendships, like, it's just put you in a bad space. All right? So Spirit is warning you, like, just don't go overboard with things. Um and basically, at this time, don't engage in risky behavior, because that risky behavior can put you back in this space of you struggling for your life, or put you in that space of that tower moment where everything is falling apart. Families falling apart, finances are falling apart, relationships are falling apart. So this is what Spirit is saying. Spirit is saying to watch for an incubus or a succubus spirits who want to enslave you. Okay, so if you have had occurrences while you sleep where there is an entity that is um, that is making contact with you sexually, um, caressing you, touching you, or maybe a spirit has even attempted to have sex with you spiritually while you are sleeping, or take advantage of you while you're sleeping. Spirit is saying that you must do spiritual cleanings and take spiritual baths to address this situation. These spirits also want to own you, enslave you. So you may have a spirit that's around you that is a very possessive, obsessive spirit. Now, where you pick this spirit up from, I do not know. Okay. It could have been that, in the past, you may have had a girlfriend or boyfriend that wanted to keep you enslaved, keep you tied to them. And so they may have done some spiritual work to keep you tied to them. All right. But in order to help you sleep, in order to combat these incubus and succubus spirits, and you can Google that, or I'll put something in the discussion section of my channel. They're saying that you should sleep with a red ribbon around your waist, not too tight to where it's stopping your circulation. Just put like a white ribbon, or you can get a red piece of cloth, tie it around your waist, and go to sleep. Or you can wear red underwear, um, wear something red to bed. And this will help to repel that energy until you can get some spiritual help. Spirit is saying, do not cry over the dead. So you may have lost someone, you may be grieving the loss of someone who actually did cross over into the spirit world, or you may be grieving the loss of someone that you lost in a relationship. But especially for those people who you've lost who have crossed over, who have died, do not cry for them, because in this letter, in this Odu, it talks about the spirits coming to get you and bring you with them if you are crying so much, because you're sending the message to spirit into the spirit realm that you want to be there so badly. And so that if you're crying over someone that you love so much, this person that loved you back could possibly come and take you with them, because you are not valuing the life that you have on this earthly plane. It's almost like you're disregarding it. Okay, you have a disdain for life, and so you're in this depression of crying, crying, crying over the dead. And so basically they're warning you, like, don't cry too much. It's a natural thing to grieve someone, but pull yourself together, and you know continue to live, because you are in this earthly plane. The spirit has crossed over. The spirit is watching over you. You can connect to the spirit through prayer, through meditation, and all of those things. But don't cry so much that the spirit is like, okay, you're not able to function in the earthly plane. I'm going to take you with me into the spiritual plane. All right. Um, Spirit is warning you that you have been abandoned by friends, or that you will be abandoned by friends. People that you thought were your friends, they have abandoned you, or that they may abandon you. Um, so just keep that in mind. It could be reflected in this village card, because you see people are walking away, they're running away. I don't know if there was something that you did to them, or there was something they did to you, but just be mindful of that. Spirit is warning you to be careful of stairs. Be careful of stairs. All right. So in these next several days to a couple of weeks, be careful going down the stairs. Be careful going up the stairs. Just be careful on the stairs. All right. That you don't trip and fall. Spirit is warning you that there could be possible hemorrhaging in your mouth. Um, and if there's hemorrhaging in the mouth, you definitely have to go to the hospital, go see your doctor, and get that checked out, because there could be something more serious manifesting. Okay. And you definitely have to watch all the holes, the openings in your body. All right. Because, bacteria, viruses, disease can enter in through these openings. All right. So be very mindful of that. Um, Yet again, and I talked to you about the whole incubus succubus. Spirit is warning you again that someone may have tried to work you sexually. Um, they may not be a member of any spiritual practice or tradition or religion, but they could be working you sexually, in that they could be um, dreaming and envisioning you so much in certain ways, in certain positions, that they're actually pulling on your energy and tapping into you and trying to control you. I mean, people come into this world with an assortment of energies, of powers of manifestation. And so maybe this is why this card came up, because someone is manifesting something on you or against you. But it could also be saying that you have the power to manifest things back, to gain your life back, and that you need to tap into that if you're not tapping into that already. You have to be cautious of letting people into your home, because spirit is warning you um, that people could potentially steal from you in your house. Okay, so watch them. If you have cameras in your house, watch them. Okay, and especially if you have money, if you're well off, people come to your house that may not have as much. They may feel like, oh, they're not going to miss it. They have plenty. And so, but watch them. It's not right. Okay, because they could be taking things to their house, and then working them spiritually, and trying to create chaos in your life. Okay. Reach for what you want. Spirit is saying that you can talk to spirit. You can commune with spirit. You have these amazing spiritual abilities that you were born with. That you're a natural born spiritualist. Um, and again, yet again, this is maybe why this card came up. Okay, that you have the power to manifest, because you are a natural born spiritualist. It's just that you really have to tap into and cultivate those energies, that which came from your ancestors, okay, and that has been passed on through the bloodline. It may have skipped over certain generations, and you may have received all of the spiritual gifts and blessings that your ancestors had many years ago. All right. If you're a man, it's saying here that someone may try to steal your wife. They may try to um, romance her, um, just kind of like smooth talk her. Um, and it'll be very subtle. I'm feeling like it's a very subtle thing. So just be mindful of that. If you are in my tradition, you definitely should be wearing your collares, your aleques, your beads, your spiritual beads, um, because you need protection. All right, at this time. Also, you got to be mindful and be careful of potentially losing your job. Um, you definitely have eyes on you, and based on this work that could have been potentially done on you, either like someone put an evil eye on you, or they did some brujeria or some magic on you. You definitely want to be mindful and be cautious at work, because spirit is saying that there could be possible job loss. Okay, and that betrayal is coming. If betrayal has not already come, the cards are saying that there was some kind of betrayal that happened. Okay, there was a third party. Either you were involved in a third party, and you were playing on your partner, or your partner was playing on you with somebody else. Um, if that happened already, fine. But spirit is saying that that betrayal has just happened, or it is going to happen. So just be mindful of that. Okay. Um, Spirit is saying that there is a woman that is very jealous of you, whether you're a man or a woman. Spirit is announcing that there is a woman that is very jealous of you, and that this woman could potentially be the one that has done some kind of work. Okay, she's done some kind of root work, some kind of work. All right. So just be mindful of that, and through your prayer, through your mantras that I have listed, in the description, through all of your prayer work, your meditation, your yoga, whatever it is you're doing spiritually, you should have the power, and also along with spiritual baths and spiritual cleanings, to break the work and the things that she's done. Okay. Be careful of pregnancy in the street out of wedlock. So yet again, the three of cups came up. But it also shows fish. So in my tradition and many of the Southern African American Southern traditions, and also Afro Caribbean traditions, when people dream of fish, it means that someone is pregnant. Okay, and there were fish in this picture, but the fish came reversed. So I don't know if someone was pregnant and had a miscarriage, or that this pregnancy did happen out of wedlock, or the pregnancy um, did occur during a third party situation that brought embarrassment, that brought upset and imbalance. So just be mindful of that. Um, if you are experiencing any leg issues, Spirit is saying that it is more than likely due to brujeria, witchcraft, a work that was done on you. Okay, and that you should spiritually clean your body. You should take the white bath. I have the white bath listed on my discussion section of the page. You could take a white bath. You can also do. You can get what's called abre, no, rompe saragüe. It is a herb bath that you can buy online at Amazon. Boil the leaves, cool the water down, strain the leaves out, and bathe with that, okay? To break any brujeria or witchcraft or any dark magic that has been worked against you. It's called rompe saragüe, okay? Or you can, take some basil and boil it, provided that you don't have an allergic reaction. Just do a little skin test and bathe with that. After you physically bathe with soap and water, you dump it over your body, air dry. Um, and hopefully that will break anything that has been worked on you. If you are going away on vacation to an exotic tropical location, be very careful of swimming. Okay, especially swimming in the ocean at this time. The energies that are standing up to protect you are oceanic energies, and one in particular, her name is Yamaya. Okay, that's the feminine aspect of God, who resides in the oceans of the world. Yamaya is the mother of everyone. She is the mother of the world, okay? And so basically, your blessings right now, Yamaya is standing up for you. Yamaya is sending messages along with your guardian angels. She's protecting you. So in this time, be careful of swimming in the ocean. You could definitely take some water and, put it over your head, ocean water, but don't go in too deep. You can go in up to your knees because at this time, the waves could take you away. Okay, so just be very careful around the beaches and the ocean water around this time. Okay, because Yamaya is trying to help you to resolve issues. Be careful yet again of all the holes in your body. Um, be careful of walking over like sewage grates, subway grates, holes in the street, holes, because you can also lose your wealth, your health. Everything can leak out of those holes. So you want to avoid holes as much as possible because there is phenomena in these places that can basically suck out your wealth, your health, and well-being. Okay. And then finally, the last message that Spirit has for you is basically saying, look at the front, but also look at the back. So, moving forward, you're moving forward in this world. You're attempting to achieve your greatness, moving forward, taking care of things. But you also cannot forget the people that came for you before you. You cannot forget your ancestors. You cannot forget your loved ones that have crossed over to the other side. All right. Your life will be made much easier if you give acknowledgement to those people who have crossed over. All right. Um, Spirit is saying that you need to acknowledge God or a divine force in this world and your ancestors in order to move forward. And if you don't acknowledge a God force or a God energy, if you do not acknowledge your ancestors, those people that came before you that have crossed over, your life will be very difficult. It will be an upward battle. Okay. And so, how you can acknowledge your ancestors, if you had a grandmother that passed away, a grandfather, make sure there's no living people in the picture. You can cut the living people out, set their picture up, give them a small candle, put a nice fresh glass of cold water, um, call their name, their full name 3 times, say prayers to them, knock 3 times, and acknowledge them. When you eat, when you drink coffee, you pour them a little bit of coffee, give them a little bit of your food. It's symbolic. No, I don't think they're going to come and actually take the food and eat it, although I've heard stories. Um, but Spirit just basically wants acknowledgement. If you drink liquor, if you drink a little bit of Hennessy or drink some wine, pour a little glass of wine and sit it near their picture, knock 3 times. And you're giving them acknowledgement. And they will help you to move forward. Pray, pray, pray. Ask for their assistance. If they were here in this earthly plane while they were alive and they couldn't help you out for whatever reason, they're darn sure going to help you out um, in the afterworld. Okay, but you got to petition them. You have to ask them for help. All right. Um, Spirit wants you to know where you came from. So yet again, it's talking about your ancestors. So maybe now is the time to do to check your ancestral DNA. Um, I think there's a site called 23andMe to check your ancestry, to go back to your elders, the older people in your family, and to find out where you came from, to get a list of the names of the people in your family who have crossed over that came before you that you may not have known. Okay, so that you can call out their names when you light that candle, give them acknowledgement, and tap into your spiritual energy. Okay, because that is your ticket to happiness, is connecting with your ancestry. Okay, reconnecting those ancestral ties. Okay, and there's a saying, and I'm probably not saying it correctly, but if you know where you're from, you definitely will know where you're going. Okay, and so your ancestors are speaking up here. I mean, it is so apparent. All right. And so begin honoring your roots. Begin honoring your roots. If you know your grandmother liked flowers, get a bouquet of flowers. Sit the bouquet of flowers next to the pictures that you have, next to the candle. Do not leave the candle lit while you are gone. Please don't, because there could be potentially a fire. Okay, especially if you have someone that has thrown something on you, has done a work on you, that has done brujeria and witchcraft. It could manifest in your house in different ways. Something could knock the candle over and set your house on fire. But while you are there, give the spirit acknowledgement. Give them light. Illuminate. That is what the light is there. That's what the candle is there for. Illumination. Spirits of the light. Spirits of God. Okay? The water is there because it is a life force. It holds life. Okay? And the food is just your showing respect, okay, for the ancestors and acknowledging them and honoring them. Okay, you can give flowers, you can give cups of coffee. If your ancestor like a particular liquor, like if your grandfather liked to drink whiskey, put a bottle of whiskey there, knock 3 times, and say, grandfather, this is for you. I acknowledge you. You may spill a couple drops on the floor. Grandfather, this is for you. Okay, so that's acknowledging them. If your grandmother liked to smoke Newport cigarettes, get a pack of Newport cigarettes and sit it next to her picture. Okay, you're acknowledging them. That's what they want. Your ancestors want acknowledgement. It's not that they die and you forget about them and they're gone. Their physical body is gone, but their spirit is still here. We just can't see it, or you may see it, because spirit is saying that you are a natural born spiritualist. Okay, and that you have to begin to cultivate that in order to um to manifest your true self and to tap into the riches and the wealth that spirit has to offer you. Okay, um be alert at all times. Spirit is saying, don't dream your life away. Deal with things head on. Do not have this escapist mentality. I know sometimes it's easy to just, daydream, to fall in that mode of daydreaming and, being in la la land, but nothing is going to manifest if you don't take action, if you don't get yourself together. And if you're having a hard time getting started, getting going, it could be that you're a little depressed. Okay. I'm not a therapist, but if you're having some issues getting going and getting moving, gotta go get help. Go get go get therapy from a therapist. You can get spiritual help from your spiritual advisor. Get a reading. Get some help. Okay? Take those spiritual baths, those white baths, to get you in tune. Sleep in all white linens. Dress in all white. Wrap your head in white. Do your prayer and meditation, and you're going to see that third eye, that third eye open up. You're going to see. I promise you. So with that, this has been your reading for the remainder of September 2019. Um, I know that you're coming out of something, okay? And your spirit guides and protections, your guardian angels, have their hand out to you, and they're trying to pull you up out of what it is you're in, okay? Could be physical, it could be mental, it could be emotional. But your spirit guides are reaching their hand for you, trying to pull you up out of what it is you're in. And trust, if you follow the things that are prescribed to you, if it resonates with you, you will be able to evolve and move forward in this world and achieve your greatness in this world, in this earthly plane, in this existence. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can email me at ayabaswynd999@gmail.com. Wynd is spelled WYND. And I will see you in a few days for your October 2019 reading. Okay, bye-bye.